Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. I have to say, I'm really excited today. We start our Masterclass 101 Awakening with the orientation tomorrow. If you have not registered for Masterclass 101, which is an introduction to mediumship and mental health and physical well-being, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and register for that Masterclass 101 right now. I want to say good morning and welcome to a brand new day, a brand new moment, because it is. Today is a brand new day, and now is a brand new moment. Today I have with me the energy of Archangel Metatron, who came in about 15 minutes ago. And he wants to discuss what the most important challenge facing humanity is. Now, he says it's really important you understand something that you do not understand. You have a relationship not only with this physical dimension, you have a relationship with energy and all points of time and space based upon the nature and quality of that energetic connection that you have. Your emotions are not to be underestimated or undervalued in terms of their ability to affect and change dynamically different dimensional experiences. That is, the dimension of your body, the dimension of your mind, the dimension of the invisible worlds that you interact with, whether you're conscious of that or not. Many of you simply believe that you're just a physical body and that is all that defines you. Let me clarify that your physical body is not you. It is the instrument that you are utilizing in the process of learning and the function of creation. You interact with everything around you. You individually and you, humanity, collectively are interacting energetically with all that is around you. In the realm of time and space, the emotional qualities that you give birth to in forms of the way in which you express and act and think, the emotional energies you give birth to through your bodies affects the physical dimension. That effect is not limited exclusively to your own physical health, which can be detrimentally affected when you are in a state of anger or fear or guilt or shame or self-judgment about yourself or others. Whatever emotional characteristic you choose to indulge in will reap an effect instantaneously on the physical dimension, most immediately within the realm of your own body. That is, if you get angry or upset with somebody, it affects your body first. It will affect to a degree, but your emotional energy will affect others. Think of where you get upset and they get upset. You get upset and they get upset because one of you puts out this emotion and the other is inducted or brought into that energy. And now you find yourselves fighting with this energy you put into the world. This happens immediately in your own lives. You can verify this. When you get upset at somebody or somebody gets upset at you and then you're frustrated because and then it grows. You are projecting energy into the physical dimension, affecting, nurturing, cultivating behavior that may or may not be beneficial. The same principle works in the realm of vibrational positive energy, such as love and joy and compassion and playfulness. That the nature and quality of these emotional characteristics will induce positive conditions of effect in time and space. Your own physical body being that which will be affected first and foremost. It is very important that you do understand the nature and quality of your emotional use of energy, individually and more importantly, collectively, as collectively you are in the process of producing an effect in time, space, and matter that will have an extremely detrimental effect on the existence of humanity as a whole. That is, you are precipitating, and you can see it already in the physical dimension. You have your wars with your countries. You have your greed. You have your anger. You have your disease systems of vibrational health that do not support well-being at all. You have systems that degrade and harm each other, cause you to fight one another. And this process of your actions emotionally and intellectually in this physical dimension are not restricted to this physical planet. If you understand the radiant nature of emotional energy and thought, that is, emotion and thought radiates out in concentric spheres from your physical organism that gets induced into others that are in alignment with that frequency. But that emotional energy also impacts other life forms around you. The animals can feel your fear, or they can feel your love. So too do so-called inanimate bodies like planets and stars and moons react and respond to qualities of emotional energy. Humanity, with a population of approximately 9.1 billion individuals right now, is currently radiating a primary emotional field that is predominantly of a negative nature, which is why you see so much trouble in your societies right now, so much strife and struggle, so much greed, so much detrimental events occurring in time and space, because that energy is being emanated into this dimension of time and space. As I said, the effects of this are not limited to the exclusiveness of your own biology, but also to those immediately around you and to the greater space around you as well. Collectively, your 9.1 billion individuals are influencing and affecting the functional behavior of all the other planetary systems, including the sun. Now, your sciences can measure what is measurable, but they cannot measure what is immeasurable to their instrumentation. The function of emotional energy has not become perceptible to the instruments of science to measure. Events like tsunamis and earthquakes and certain elements of weather are directly correlated to your consciousness individually and, more importantly, collectively. You can affect your weather systems on the planet individually and collectively in various degrees. The larger number of people focused on an idea, the more impact it will have on the function of time, space, and matter. But understand the function of your detrimental emotions and the behaviors that go along with those detrimental emotions is influencing changes in your solar system that quite predictably will create extreme discomfort, damage, and destruction to humanity. Just as equally as you can be in a loving relationship with somebody and one of you says something or does something in a negative way and suddenly you find yourself in a fight going, why are we fighting? Emotion is organizing all of your experiences. Emotion organizes matter. Please understand this. If you do not understand this, then you'll face the consequences of the effects without understanding the cause. And the cause is in how you choose to utilize emotional energy, how you choose to transform energy from one state to another. The emotion of anger can be converted to the emotion of patience. The emotion of fear can be converted to the vibration of love. The emotion of conflict can be transformed into the emotion of peace. If you understand the function of emotion and how to utilize it, you could greatly impact your world in a much more beneficent way. Indeed, the greater solar system that is also reacting and responding, as you are the single most greatest contributing factor to what is happening in your planetary system right now. The existing energy coming into the planet to give each and every one of you the opportunity to ascend your energy to a higher function of love becomes very, very, very important. That you go to a higher function of love. Or you reap the effects of the existing general emotional energy of fear, which you are seeing again outpictured as functions of war, poverty, sickness, disease. Your emotions are organizing all of your experiences. There is not one action in the human realm of consciousness and existence that is not based in a quality of emotion, whether that emotion is love or fear. Every human function falls under the classification of a manifestation of love and or a manifestation of fear. But you can only have one or the other at any given moment. From all observations, it would seem that the dominant emotional quality that humanity is following is predominantly fearful. It's why you have wars right now, why you have mass poverty, why you have mass disease and sickness. Yes, you can say that there are certain human individuals that are greedy, certain individuals that are manipulating your economic systems and your political systems to their own personal gain. But even those individuals in the function of their actions are emanating an emotion. That emotion manifests as a function of disease. Their greed becomes a function of disease. Their greed becomes a function of poverty. Their greed becomes a function of turmoil and unrest. And if these emotions are allowed to continue to run unchecked, then you will see the outpicturing of that emotion on a much wider scope in terms of time and space. Your sun is currently going through wonderful reactionary changes to your collective unconsciousness, as is your moon. Why do you think your moon is moving away from your planet? Because you are putting out a field of energy that is unpleasant. If you are angry around an animal will flee from you. Matter, time, and space react to energy, and your energy individually and collectively is inducing very specific changes in time, space, and matter. The function of emotion coordinates the function of matter. If you do not understand how to utilize correctly the function of your own emotional energy, then you will experience your life and your suffering accordingly. As equally as you can experience your joy and your excitement accordingly. According to your faith, so it shall be. If that faith is love, then your life will be of love. If that faith is of fear, then your life will be of fear. Greed is a function of fear. Anger is a function of fear. It is very easy, when understood from the perspective of these two diametrically opposite spectrums of consciousness that unite in the middle as what you would call 0-point energy. But these two polarities have their own unique effects in time and space, and you have choice. You may choose one or the other in any given moment, and whether you are conscious of choosing or not, you are creating by your choices of what you will choose to align yourself to emotionally. And so as you put out these emotional energies, you can bear witness to the effects of time and space around you and within even your own physical bodies. Everything that humanity has produced in terms of luxury, in terms of materials, in terms of food, clothing, and shelter, all of these are affected by the nature and quality of the emotional energy behind the function of that creative outcome. And every single solitary substance manifested by humanity comes from either a function of the energy of fear or the function of the energy of love. Your social systems, your economic systems, your family systems, your mental health systems, all are based on the foundation of either love or fear, and by their fruits you will know which one is true. If one is of love, then there will be a great beneficence to life. If it is a function of fear, then there will be a great detriment to life. But you must become conscious of this function now, to learn that your emotional energy is designed by nature to serve you and not harm you. Then you must take authority over what emotions you will choose to indulge in, what thoughts you use to stimulate certain qualities of emotion and their impact. But it's very simple to come down to the very basics of the equation. The function of fear reaps very precise and specific results in human interactions. The function of love produces very precise and exacting results in all spheres of human functions. Please understand this. You cannot escape or outrun your own emotional energy, but you can change and transform the function of that emotional energy, thereby changing and transforming the function of your actions and impact on time, space, and matter. The moon, you say, moving away from us because of our emotional qualities. Yes, every living organism, the moon is a living organism, just at a different spectrum of consciousness than what you call life. Just as the earth is a living organism at a different spectrum and consciousness of life, just as the sun is a living organism at a different consciousness and spectrum of life, but all interact and dovetail into one another, you into them, them into you. You are affected by the sun is affected by you. The earth is affecting you and you are affecting it. The nature and quality of your emotional energy, the primary foundation upon which all human experiences exist. Now, he also said to me this morning, it is important you understand that there are schools in this world that can train you to open up these other faculties that you have available to you that you are not using. Many of you believe that the limits of your being are based upon your 5 physical senses, what you see, hear, smell, touch, and taste, that the function of creation is restricted and limited to only the facet of your biology. And I want to say to you that's not entirely true. The function of creation also includes an invisible world. That is the yin-yang opposite of what you call your physical world. And this realm of energy is in the realm of the invisible perceptual reality, whereas the 5 physical senses let you perceive the physical dimension. These other senses that for most of you lay dormant in your consciousness let you comprehend and apprehend the invisible realm of information and knowledge. A good example is clairvoyance, to be able to see clearly without eyes, to hear clearly without ears, which is clairaudience, clairsentience, to feel clearly without any observable ways of perceiving, to claircognizance, to know without any immediate way of knowing. You have these other senses that run or are designed to run in harmony with your physical senses, so you can comprehend both the invisible and visible world. So you can gain information and knowledge as you gain it from this world through your 5 physical senses. Through these other elements of perception, you can gain much knowledge and wisdom and learn about the invisible world and how you impact it. And there are schools, very exclusive places around the world that you can go where they will train you how to activate these internal senses. And this can take upwards of 20 years of very deep and intensive training in some of these schools, which are often restricted and limited to those that they perceive to be amenable to sufficient discipline so that they can learn the function and gain the discipline necessary to utilize emotional energy. Humanity does not have time. You do not have time as a species. 20 years is not sufficient. You must learn to begin now. Introduce yourself to learning about these hidden faculties: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. Learn to understand that you do indeed, no matter what your station in life, whether you are poor or rich, homeless or homed, does not matter your station in life, that each and every one of you has an immediate and direct access to a creative energy and power that will induce, affect, transform, and change the function of time, space, and matter. Doesn't matter whom you are, what you have or do not have. Each and every living soul on this planet has access to this intelligence and this power, that you may learn to utilize it creatively, consciously, and intelligently to end your suffering, to restore your peace, not only for yourself, but for your species collectively, which is having an unfortunately less than pleasant effect on time, space, and matter. But again, the function of understanding how you can change an emotional energy from one state to another, when you come to that awareness and understanding, then the amount of time it will take you to undo the effects of the existing causes can be reduced to a few short years, which would be sufficient enough to restore and reestablish a harmonic balance between yourselves and all other elements of this planetary system, including your sun and your moon and the various planets within this system that all operate like a fine Swiss watch with one another. Whether you're aware of this relationship or not, this is the truth. Your emotion is something that influences and induces effects in time, space, and matter. And so I came to this one today to articulate this, that you must find ways, means, and mechanisms of learning to master the function of your emotional energy, that you must learn to harness the power, the wisdom, and knowledge that can come to you and through you through your 4 non-physical senses: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. These systems of sensorial consciousness will allow you to draw information into your life that is not available to you through the 5 physical senses, or the physical world itself does not contain all the information that you require to make the changes necessary in your life. But this other realm of information that is invisible can be made available to you as you learn to activate these non-physical senses. One allows you to perceive the invisible world. These 5 physical senses allow you to perceive the visible world. But time for you, humanity, is very precious. To act now is more important than anything else, or find yourselves simply reaping the effects of your own causes. And oftentimes, when you do this, many of you blame somebody else for the causing of your own difficulties. And thereby, there is no change or transformation in the primary emotional cause. But let me quite simply say to you that you have a most wonderful opportunity. One way or another, you will learn. There have been countless civilizations prior to this one, but this one has a unique opportunity of receiving what we call ascension energy, a form of energy that gives you the chance to amplify the function of creation in a scale rarely seen in well over 12,000 years, where this energy is now available to you as a collective species. To harness this energy that comes to you consciously and deliberately. Many of you are simply receiving it and reacting with your existing pain and suffering, or your existing joy and playfulness, and these are being amplified. Whatever dominant emotional state you exist in, it will be amplified with this energy. What is good within you shall be made stronger. That which is not so good within you shall be made stronger. What you hold in your heart shall be fed by these incoming energies that are filling your planetary system right now. So I encourage you to begin the process of awakening yourself from the limits of your five sensory self, to begin to activate these internal senses. We work with this one. We instruct through this one. We guide through this one. Are you ready? Are you ready to end your suffering, to restore yourself to the conscious function of creation that you were born to be as, a conscious, functional, creating individual and collective? For as each of you learn to harness the power of your own creative consciousness towards the function of love and away from the function of fear, then as equally as you've created, for the most part unconsciously, very detrimental effects in your experience of time, space, and matter, in about a fraction of the time you can undo the function of this detrimental energy and its impact upon your planet, your species, and indeed your solar system. Science can only measure for you what science can measure for you based upon the instrumentation it is currently understanding. It has designed instruments to measure certain spectrums of energy, time, space, and matter. But science has not come fully to understand how to measure the realm of energy on the level of emotion and its interrelationship with all forms of time, space, and matter. Please understand that. All forms of time, space, and matter, love and fear affect them. Please understand. Your time is now to awaken, to arise, to ascend, to move away from fear, to function consciously in love. Much of your so-called protests and governments and businesses are now founded predominantly in the function of fear and the spectrum of greed. And there is an effect and a consequence for all energies that you indulge in. But again, as I have said, the function of understanding and knowing that you can intentionally convert energy from one state to another, that conscious function will afford you the opportunity to change the existing direction of energy, which is extremely unfavorable for you as a species in the coming 20 years. Time is very short. You do not have time to spend 20 years in any school learning the intricacies of yogic discipline. Humanity as a whole does not have that kind of time. So find any school or organization that will teach you to function and harness the power of your thought in a correct and loving way, that will teach you to affect and harness the power of your emotional energy in a loving way. To learn that you can take an energy that is negative and make it into positive. You can change and transform energy from anger to patience, from fear to love, from sadness to joy. Emotion cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed from one state into another. So your time is now to begin the process of affecting change, not only over your own life, as you cannot affect your life without affecting the lives of others. Please understand this. Every time you yell or get angry or scream or demand, you are using the function of energy in the spectrum of fear, and you will reap and sow what the effects of that will be. Every time you indulge and engage in acts of compassion and kindness and love, you will reap the rewards of that energy, the effects of time and space and consciousness that it causes. You are free, moral agents, to use your will in any fashion you choose, but you cannot escape the outcome of the effects of your choices of thoughts and the emotions that they create and the actions that those emotions generate through your body, as every human action has an emotion behind it. You have the will and authority to come to an understanding that you may choose, transform, and change your emotional energy. Do not waste any more time. Find the nearest school that you can get to where you will learn how to understand how to operate your thinking mind to awaken these other senses of sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell on the spiritual level: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. Learn about these other invisible faculties that you have. Learn how to begin to develop them now so you can become more sensitive to the way you can interact with, acquire information and knowledge from other dimensions than the physical dimension. There are realms of information beyond the 5 physical senses. When you activate these internal elements, you can gain access to that realm of information, thereby availing of yourself of an infinite reservoir of information and knowledge that will let you harness a new form of being and doing. Thank you. Thank you, Metatron. I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out today. Yeah. So that's the kind of morning it's been for me. That all started about 15 minutes before I came live, when I was sitting down having a cup of tea, and he just started speaking to me and saying, this is what's got to happen. This is what you got to say today. And take it to heart, because you're at a point in consciousness right now. Wherever you are is not the only place you can be. You can shift yourself from one state to another. Yeah, just give me a second here. Give me 1 second, guys. Just going to run and grab these over here. Thank you very much. There we go. I can get questions. Wow. So that's Archangel Metatron. And again, every guide, every angel that exists has their own unique individual frequency. This question comes up a lot. How are guides and angels? They are different. Their energies are different. A lot of what they will say is very, very similar, because they all come from a function of the vibrational energy of love. And so they will say things that are consistent among each other. You go listening to dark vibrational beings, they're inconsistent. You too. Thank you so much for that. And to my American cousins and brothers and sisters, happy Independence Day yesterday. I hope you choose to assert your independence over corporate oligarchies and which are now running your governments, right? Corporations are now running your governments. I hope you rise up against that in a good way, through love. Do it through love. Passive non-interference. Oh, thank you for those beautiful patio lanterns. Love that. Good day, beautiful souls. So we're in the Q&A segment. But before I get into the Q&A, listen. If you want to partake in what Metatron is talking about, I'm blessed and honored and privileged to be able to channel the energies of the Ascended Masters during our Masterclass series. We have our upcoming Masterclass 101. It begins tomorrow with the orientation at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a 3-week program that covers a period of 21 days. There's a live event every day from Sunday to Friday. The events range in time from 45 minutes to 2.5 hours. You will experience a new self. You'll experience a new energy. You'll begin to experience who you really are, not just reflecting upon what you have in your mind that you've been given by the world. This is an introductory course into mediumship, mental health, and physical well-being. It's what it will introduce you to, laying the foundation for activating these non-physical senses: clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, and clairaudience. These non-physical senses, you can activate them. And they have a process. They do guided meditations through me, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, we have our other mediums, Desiree and Madeline and Rita, that will be guiding you along the dietary course, along the other practices for opening and activating these senses. So I encourage you, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, look in the shop, sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening. For those of you that are already signed and registered, tonight you'll be receiving your itinerary and study guide. The itinerary will contain all the links to all the live events over the next 3 weeks. So you simply have to just click on a link and it'll take you to the event. Every event is recorded and placed upon a private group wall where students can watch and rewatch or review as needed. Doesn't matter what your time schedule is or time zone you're in, you'll easily be able to access that replay for any of those. If you can't make an actual live event, the replay will always be made available to you 24/7 for the duration of the 3-week course. And again, I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to gain the knowledge and wisdom that's necessary to resume authority over your life, or just stay stuck with the programming that you've gotten from the world. Because face it, we've all been programmed by our environment. But that's not who you are. You're not your programming. You are a soul. You are a soul. You're a divine soul. And you're able to affect time, space, and matter very differently. But you need different knowledge that you can't get from this world. These exclusive schools that he was talking about exist, where you can go in and you can learn about meditation, yoga. He said, we don't have time. As a species, we don't have time. So again, get the knowledge you need to liberate yourself from all this. Please go sign up for the class. I got a super chat here from Rainbow Warrior Patty. Why did Jacobus ghost me like he did? I got 2 things coming in for you. One, he's feeling threatened. He's feeling threatened personally about whether or not he can manage the degree of love and commitment you want to hold him accountable to. He's feeling threatened, but he's not ghosting you out of anything wrong with you. He's ghosting you out of his own fear. It has nothing to do with you. Do not take his fear on. Do not take other people's fear on. Because if somebody's afraid of you and they leave you, they projected their fear on you. Let his fear go out of your body, Patty. Like literally, take a deep breath and release any anxiety he's projected towards you. Release it, because that what you're feeling now is his anxiety. He's projected it. We do that all the time. Humans project energy onto each other. Why am I feeling this way all of a sudden? Right? Because people project energy without thinking about it. In our masterclass series, you'll learn about the value of how to retain, cultivate, transform, transmute, and change your emotional energy from one state to another. Don't waste time. Don't waste time getting caught up in other people's energy and misinterpreting it as your own. Mass education, mass advertising, all are designed to manipulate you into feeling a certain way, inadequate, and that if you buy their product, you'll feel adequate. People are generally manipulated by their emotions, not with love. But yeah, release that fear he projected on you. Release it right now. Good morning, Drusilla. Hi, Leslie. Good to see you. Hello, Daniela. Wonderful. Carol Lissette. This morning I drew the Dreamer card represented by Archangel Metatron in the Angel Tarot by Radley Valentine. This video is perfect for me now. Thanks so much for coming on today. You're very welcome, Carol. We also use what are called oracle cards as teaching devices. Remember, anything like pendulums, crystals, cards, any of those things are not to be given any special power. They're teaching devices to teach you to activate your internal senses. They tell me this all the time. A lot of people get thinking it's the pendulum is the power or the cards is the power. No, the device lets you harness your internal cultivate because you're looking for the truth within. So you want to understand, make that distinction about those things, that they're just teaching devices. We use teaching devices in our masterclass series. So for those of you that are signed up, remember to get yourself a set of oracle cards for the masterclass. It'll be important to practice because oracle cards, practicing yes, no, sensing energy. We have several practices that help you to activate your internal senses. The external senses are fine. Sight, sound, touch, and smell. They've been overactivated. Your internal senses have been underactivated. We'll teach you how to begin to activate those internal senses that have laid dormant from the moment you were born because they weren't developed. When you came into the body you're in right now, the whole world told you to look, see, smell, touch, taste, hear. Your whole energy went outward. And those internal senses of knowing and feeling and sensing and seeing and hearing on a different level often get ignored and negated so they don't develop properly. Little children will often see grandma, grandpa. Little children, when they're very young, can see without the eyes and hear without the ears. There's grandpa in the corner, mommy. And mommy goes, oh, no, grandpa's dead. Because no, grandpa's not dead. They're actually seeing his energy. But a lot of people discount that because, again, the world forces you to focus only on the external senses. So those internal senses remain undeveloped. So sign up, learn to develop these and activate these senses. Thank you for those lovely roses, Kathy. Really appreciate that. Take William's 101 masterclass from and learn this. End your suffering, restore your peace. And it's very, very true. Thank you so much for sharing that. Hello. I'm ready for peace, love, and joyfulness. Sign up for the class. You'll find lots of that there. It's a group learning. It's a group learning environment. All the learning is done live. We have a private chat section for students to interact with each other during the course, so you can interact with other students as well. If we all hug a tree at a certain time of the day, would that make a difference, William? Hi, Red One. Great question. And I get an immediate yes for that. But the difference would be nominal because the vast majority of people wouldn't do that. It has to happen towards humanity. Trees don't have a problem. Trees energetically are in perfect balance. The only life form on the planet that's struggling to maintain a function of love and harmony is humanity. That's it. So you really want to learn the function of meditation, which you will learn in the masterclass series. You will learn to meditate like you've never learned in your life before. And you'll experience things like having no body or pain in your body suddenly disappearing, a new sense of well-being. These are things that just happen as a result of what they teach us, because they teach through me. They teach through our other instructors. You learn from your own experiential process. But yeah, you can affect the planetary grid through the trees, but you're affecting the planetary grid. It's the human grid that we need to affect. So project your love to human beings, like to the most evil people on the planet. You should be projecting love towards them, right? Love will force a change in them. The energy of love will force a change in. It's a transforming energy. You'll learn all that. Okay, come and learn with us. Don't waste any time. Are you signed up? Yeah. Thank you so much. Hi. The school is right here and now. Classes start tomorrow. Join. Thank you. I have such a profound respect for you, and I think you make such a difference in the world. Well, thank you very kindly for saying that. I really appreciate that. And it takes one to know one, doesn't it? You know, if you can see it, you can be it. One of the sayings that was given to me a while ago: if you can see it, you can be it. Keep that in mind. You're contributing in speaking those words. You're contributing that to everybody at the same time. Thank you so much. Oh, you're very welcome. Your teachings are healing and loving. Thank you kindly. I believe they are. Well, it's not my teachings, it's their teachings. I'm just the vehicle for it. Thank you, William and Archangel Metatron. You're very, very welcome. Thank you for the paper crane. Appreciate that. You're welcome. So much healing and positivity. Yeah, I love Metatron's energy because it's all love-based, right? Although I was able to be a great guest the other day, somehow the live is not allowing me to do it now. Well, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. Let's see if I click on you. No, I don't see it. You're in good standing. You can book a reading with me. Is another good thing you can do. Just book a reading. Go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. If I don't get your question, go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. Book a reading with me. Half-hour, 1-hour reading. Hi, William. If a loved one has already reincarnated, will I still find him when it's my turn to go? This is something a lot of people have asked, and yes, the end is there's a yes and a yes to that. Yes is when they leave. You see, most people view themselves as a single identity, and you are for the most part. In that body, you are a single identity. You're a physical body. I'm in a man's body. I'm a male identity in this body. In consciousness, you're multidimensional. So the personality I constructed in this lifetime, when I leave this body, that personality construct energetically will still exist. If I reincarnate, that personality construct will still exist, but it won't be in the new construct. It will be part of the DNA of that structure, but people can still interact with me as an individual personality, as William Michael Forbes. They could interact with me energetically in that construct. So yes, they can still reincarnate, and you can still connect to the construct you remember. Will you connect with them? Yes. If that's your desire, you will actually connect to their energy, and you can literally live a whole other dimensional life. Because again, this world of sounds, smell, touch, and taste is one dimension of consciousness. It's not all of consciousness. It's one dimension of it. But that's a great question. Thank you for asking. Really appreciate it. Drusilla, I feel like I'm moving in the right direction, but then I hear this and feel unsure. Yes, let go of the unsurety. The unsurety is the old habitual self trying to keep you stuck in memory, in comfort, in familiarity. So many people are stuck in that right now, Drusilla. Stuck in the feeling of safety and comfort. And it's not helping. You need to go adventure. Go on adventure. Oh, yes, you need change, dynamic change. And then you get to deal with all the fear that comes with change, which is a really powerful and opportune thing. Fear is not a bad thing when you recognize what it's doing. Fear is usually because you're stepping outside of the familiar. In the context of your question, you're trying to step outside of what you're familiar with. Right? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying that. Where can I find the schedule of the class times? I am in the CST time zone and still work. No worries at all. It doesn't matter what time zone you're in. The classes are recorded. Every live event is recorded and placed upon a Facebook group wall. You will receive an itinerary and study guide tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that will list all the events and the times. Generally speaking, here's the general course schedule. And there may be some variances on Tuesday and Thursday. Sundays, 3 to 4 p.m. Mondays, 4 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, 11 to 12 p.m. 11 to 12 a.m. Wednesday, 4 to 6. Thursday, 11 to 12. Friday, 4 to 6. And then Saturdays are off day. Those are the actual times. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are always 4 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays are generally 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and Sundays are generally 3 p.m. There might be some variance on that depending upon the final scheduling that we will be finishing today. Again, every class is recorded, so you can watch the replays on the group wall. You can interact with other students. You can reach out to the other mediums in the program. If you've got questions or concerns, the orientation starts at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, where we will map out what to expect in the next 3 weeks. And again, for $199 for the 3-week program, you can't go wrong. You're not going to find another program like this anywhere on the planet for the value you're going to get. So don't waste time. These rates will not remain the same forever. Caitlin's asking, can I please have some guidance on how I can move forward with my career? Please. Thank you. You have to shift the emotional energy. Remember, as Metatron was saying earlier, every emotion causes a behavior. If you got an emotion that you feel stuck, then the energy of that emotion will keep you stuck. If you learn how to release that emotion out of the body, then you're going to release yourself from that stuck. And then the change in that energy will cause a change in your life. Literally, you change an emotion inside you. You're going to change something around you because you're intimately connected to everything in your world right now. Wherever you are hearing this right now, hear these words. Your emotions are intimately connected to everything in your world. When you change an emotion, you're affecting your whole world, the world that you call your life. When you learn how to change and alter emotional energy in your body and mind, you will change and alter conditions in your world around you. And I cannot tell you how many people we've had come in the courses that change relationships, get new jobs, new partnerships, new opportunities, more vitality, more health, more fulfillment, more peace of mind, just by learning how to change and affect their mind and their emotional field. It's really amazing. And it's not a complex and difficult process. But thank you for the question, Caitlin. Daniel's asking, is it possible to find in less than 2 months a buyer for a home in a prestigious complex where the hostile HOA is being sued by a construction firm? Anything is possible. If you can feel it done now. Like, feel it done. How would it feel if that was already found and discovered? Go deeply into that feeling if that's what you want. You can do that with money. You can go into deeply wanting lots and lots of money, and things will happen when you go into the feeling Emotion organizes matter. That's the exact quote from my guardian angel, John. Emotions are the fifth state of energy. They organize all matter. Emotions organize all matter, all time, and all space. That's why when you're really excited, time changes. When you're really upset, time changes. It seems to go slower or faster. Emotion organizes all material experiences. Remember that one. They taught me that too. My live access isn't available like it was last time I talked to you. I'm not sure what that's causing that, Joe. Do you do private readings, and how much are they? Yes, I do private readings. Half an hour for $111. A full hour for $222. Be ready to have your life completely transformed and changed, because that's what will happen. When your guides and angels communicate to you through me, they're going to share information and give you guidance that your higher self is trying to get into your mind and body right now. But yeah, that's simple. You go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com, go to book a reading, and you can choose your date and time from my calendar that's there. I'll get a notification. You'll receive instructions from once the payment is made. You'll receive a notification of the reading time and book. You'll receive instructions on how to prepare, and you'll receive a calendar notification, so you'll know exactly that. You just have to confirm that you're keeping that date. And always remember, when you're booking a reading, use the email address that you want communication to happen through. Use the email address that you want communication to happen through. Thank you so much. Thank you. Still scrolling down here. Jerusalem, thank you so much for that super chat. Very generous. Thank you. My oldest sister does not get along with me, and I want to help her, but I limit my contact because my energy gets affected. I want her to thrive and happy. What does her higher self or guides need me to do? Thanks. Spend 10 minutes before you go to sleep each night. 10 minutes before you go to sleep each night, seeing your sister's face in your mind's eye, and see her smiling and being really happy. And see yourself smiling and being really happy about her. That's what they're telling me to tell you to do. And for 10 minutes before you go to sleep, just see her being happy and you being happy about her being happy, and be in the energy of that for 10 minutes. They're saying do that for 5 nights before you go to sleep. Every night before you go to sleep for 5 nights, do that. And then watch what happens with her. Let her make the next move, and she will. She might make it sooner than 5 nights, but do that. Thank you for the roses, Kathy. Really appreciate that. Can I buy the meditations if I can't do the whole class? I'm not sure what that means, Drusilla. Can I buy the meditations if I can't? Oh, I see what you're saying. We're in the process of trying to create a meditation library for all of our students, past and present. We have hundreds of students over the last few years that have made the same request, and we're in the process of compiling a library of all the master classes, and then putting that library on a private server that students can then access for a small fee every month. But yeah, for you, Drusilla, I'd be willing to make an arrangement with you. I'd be happy to make an arrangement with you right now if you want to do that. Thank you so much. Ooh, I love that. You're welcome, Caitlin. Caitlin's saying, I haven't been online for your live in a long time, and I've been thinking of joining your course. These next few weeks will be great to release the emotion of feeling stuck. Absolutely, Caitlin. Sign up today. Don't waste any time. Go to WilliamMichaelForbes.com. It's Masterclass 101 Awakening. And it literally is a course in awakening, activating your internal senses so that you can gain access to information in the invisible realms of perception, as opposed to trying to find and solve problems in only the physical realm. A lot of people can't find their purpose because it's not in the world. It's in your heart. You have to be able to access that consciousness that has the answers you're looking for. All you can get from this world is what men know, what humanity knows. That's all you learn from the human world, is what the human world knows in the human world. When you activate those internal senses, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, you can start to gain access to the invisible world of information. There is an invisible world of information. It exists. Where do you think new ideas come from? Some caveman saying, how to move these tents easier. And suddenly a picture of a wheel pops in his head. Even anybody can access the realm of the invisible. Learning to access it consciously becomes very beneficial. But every creative innovation that humanity's ever constructed has come from the invisible world, not the visible world. The visible world can inspire us with ideas from nature, like spider webs and for helping build bridges. Certain things in nature can inspire us. But there is this invisible realm of information and knowledge that anybody can learn to gain access to once they learn how to quiet their mind and their emotions and their body down. So when your mind and body and emotions are not interfering, your perception isn't distracted by the 5 physical senses. Anyway, you'll learn all this stuff. They'll teach it to you directly through me, right? I'm just paraphrasing right now. But yeah, sign up today, Caitlin. Don't wait. You're welcome, Jerusalem. That would be really cool. Jenny's asking, what spirit animal do I have? It's saying hawk. I'm hearing hawk right away. And how best to work with them. Hawk, it's about, again, for the energy of hawk, right? This is what they're telling me. The energy of hawk is about communing or connecting to the energy of spirit, raising your consciousness high above the physical self to connect to the spiritual self, to gain information and knowledge from that realm. Very beneficial for you. How do you stop blocking yourself from gaining abilities, belief systems? Sign up for the masterclass, Lisa, but the simplest way is you need to learn to teach your mind and body to shut up and be quiet in a good way. You need to train your mind and body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. That way your awareness can hear beyond the mind and body. Because right now, most people's minds and bodies go, oh, that sound, that smell, that touch. Most people's minds are doing that all the time. And how can you possibly hear when that's going on in your head? Master Jesus says, it's quite simple. Be still and know I am God. And when he says, no, I am God, know the I am that is God, the divine. You can know the divine immediately. You don't need Jesus to be the medium between you and the divine, although you can use that medium as well. But you need to teach your mind and teach your body to be quiet, calm, and peaceful so that your inner hearing, your inner seeing, your inner feeling, your inner knowing can become active because they're not overridden by thoughts and memories and emotions and anticipations and sensorial distraction, right? They'll teach you to meditate. You'll learn how to meditate like you've never learned in your life before. And you'll get access to that information pretty quickly. I cannot tell you how many students we have we have one student she's a beautiful singer, very gifted singer. She's also a gifted healer. And she was placed in a position where her life went completely downhill. And she had nothing left in her mind. She was just unhappy and living an unhappy self. She came into the master class about 3 months ago, and she's singing again, writing songs. She's living her life. She's resurrected her life. She's literally resurrected herself from the death of the old self. And you'll learn that. And there's many, many stories like that with students. I cannot tell you how many times you go to the website and check out the testimonials page on my website, and you'll see all the different testimonials about people's experiences in the classes, the courses, in readings. Don't just take it from me. Take it from the people who've experienced it firsthand. Even I am guided to take up your class, William. Any message for me from Archangel Metatron, please? I'll go and sign up. Wonderful, Kira. Please do sign up. We have students that have taken the classes multiple times. Nothing wrong with that. Repetition is the mother of innovation and perfection. A message for Kira. Just go. It's go time. It's go time, Kira. Waste not another moment. I'm really excited about having you in this course. It's going to be a lot of fun. Wow. It's going to be amazing. It really is. Go time. I'm referring to specifically. They're saying this relates to physical fitness. They're saying that statement, go time, relates to physical fitness. You need to focus on physical fitness. Can be more specific than that. They're talking about the chest area, cardio, and flexibility. Thank you. Great question from Tara. How come I can only hear Spirit's voice right as I'm coming awake and out of a deep sleep? Great question, Tara. That happens to a lot of people, believe it or not, more than you realize, because your mind isn't as active. Your mind and body are not in active mode, smells and touches and thinking about what I'm going to do. in that moment before you go to sleep, or before you physically come back into your body, or physically as you're leaving the body, in that place you can be aware. You need to train your mind and train your awareness. You need to be able to keep your mind and body in a state that represents that state before sleep and the state before awakening. And you can do that. You'll learn to do that. Sign up for the masterclass and gain the experience for that. Like, don't waste time. Learn to do this, because once you can teach yourself to do that, you gain access to the invisible realms of information that are available to everybody, right? Every new human innovation and idea comes from a realm that's not of this world, right? There are many things that come from this world too. Yeah, Elena just signed up too. Wonderful, Elena. I'm glad you signed up. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at the orientation. Can I try inviting you? Let's see if it gives me that option. Let's see. I can invite Ellie on. Let's see. Loves the way. Okay, let's see. I think I can. Let's see. Loves the way. Okay. Wonderful. One of my subscribers. Hello, love is the way. She should be coming on any moment. There, I just sent an invite to you. Love is the way, and love is the way. It really is. While we're waiting for her to accept that invitation, we're going to scroll down here. You are not your mind. You are not your emotions. Thank you about that. You're very welcome. It's the truth. William, you always make my day. Thank you kindly. You're very, very welcome, Kathy. I've seen spirit since I was born, it seems. Yes, need to learn how to use that realm. I really need to talk to you. The live access isn't working. Well, I've sent you an invite. It's not showing you as blocked. I have no idea. And I want to keep going. We got lots to do here. JJ saying, I'm a repeat student. I am committed to mastering this. And she has been. JJ's been with us for about 1.5 years now, 2 years. And she's, wow, changes she's made in her life. Amazing. Hi, Loretta's asking, any message for me today from Mother Mary? She's saying for you to seek solace in peace. For you to seek solace in peace. She's saying another way you might like it is let yourself melt into peace. Let yourself melt into peace. I like that metaphor. That's really cool. You're welcome, Kira. I really need some help with the betrayal I learned about. I couldn't send love. That's the challenge, when we get betrayed or hurt or disappointed, we get attached to their energy. Understand, some of the energy you're feeling is not yours, it's theirs. People project energy back and forth at each other. Conventional psychology and psychotherapy call it projection, where you can literally project your anger, you can project your own personality traits onto other people, right? That function of projection works both ways. You can project on them, they can project on you. And you create even more confusion because you don't know where these emotions come from or why I'm feeling these emotions, and you don't even know how to get rid of them. And yet there's a very simple, easy to use mechanism they've taught us on how to release these emotions from your body, how to release the projections back to the people that gave them to you. Even as far back as during the womb, during the gestation period of your body in your mother's womb. During that gestation period, there's stuff being projected at you from the mother, father, from the environment, and you can clear that stuff. You literally clear all those old energies out of the system. Hi, Liliana. I'm being told to tell you you've received several messages from the divine already. You're very welcome, Joy. I feared my love would... Yeah, that won't happen. Don't worry. Can I please get a message? I'm feeling lost and starting to lose grip on reality. Liliana, there's nothing. Let me hear these. I want you to hear these words, okay? And don't just hear them. Feel these words because they're the truth. There's nothing wrong with you. You've got stuff and beliefs and ideas in your mind that are interfering, but there's nothing wrong with you. You simply need to learn how to differentiate between your thoughts, your emotions, and your body. Sign up for the Masterclass 101, Awakening. Go sign up. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Sign up for that class. Your mind and your emotions in your body have too much authority over you. You have to restore that authority in a loving way. You can't get angry at your mind, angry at the emotions, angry at the body, and expect change. There's a simple, easy to use way in which you can interact with. But just close your eyes and feel the vibration of these words. I'm going to say these words to you again, and let your mind, let your body, and let yourself feel these words. There's nothing wrong with you. Feel the vibration of those words. There's nothing wrong with you. And those emotions you're feeling that are uncomfortable, turn to those emotions right now and simply communicate those emotions. Even though I do not understand you, I'm with them. Those uncomfortable emotions, turn to them and think those thoughts. Even though I do not understand you, I'm willing to love you. And watch what happens to those emotions and share your experience of what happened when you did that in the comment section. Thank you for that super chat, Wendy. Really appreciate that. Wendy's asking, after my meditation this morning, is there a message from an angel? Michael, please, thank you, and looking forward to masterclass tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow too, Wednesday, one day. There's a okay. I just want to make sure I understand the message. They're saying, get ready for the fireworks. You've lit the fuse. They're saying you've lit the fuse. They're being very allegorical about this, okay? You've lit the fuse. The fireworks is about to begin. This is a good thing. It's a very wonderful thing that's been initiated. You've lit the fuse. Get ready for the fireworks. Wow, that's really cool. Thank you, Wendy. Sending love and light to you too, Maria. But Babette is asking, when is the next Mediumship 102 course after next month? I don't think I can participate next month. The next Mediumship 102, I believe, will be in late October. The next one, I believe, is 4 weeks from tomorrow, will be the Masterclass 102, which is on literally just working on how to release old emotions out of your mind and body. Very powerful. But these courses are very well structured to take you from A to Z in the least amount of time with the highest results. Can I still get in the 101? Yes, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Go to the shop, Masterclass 101 Awakening. You still have time. I'll leave the registration will remain open till Sunday, but after Sunday, that will be the last day you can get in. There is a PayPal pay after feature. I believe when you check out, you can choose that option if you're paying through PayPal. So keep that in mind. But yeah, you still have time to register. I gave up alcohol. Somebody saying gave up alcohol and now overwhelmed with feelings I was once numbing. Any advice? Healthy release. Great question. Yeah. Stop attacking the emotions. Your body instinctually wants to attack anything that feels like a threat. And emotions, if they're negative emotions like anger, fear, guilt, shame, the body perceives them as a threat because the body can't differentiate between the external environment or your mental environment. Your body perceives both of those realms as external to itself. Keep that in mind. So those emotions you're feeling right now, close your eyes. Close your eyes and put your hands over where you feel the emotions. I get that you feel a lot of those emotions up in here. But put your hands around where you feel those emotions and then get in touch with those emotions. Don't try to numb them. And I want you to communicate these thoughts to those emotions. Even though I do not understand you, I'm willing to love you. And think it or speak it in a tone of voice that sounds like you mean it. Think it or speak it in a tone of voice that sounds like you really mean it. Turn to those emotions. Even though I do not understand you, I'm willing to love you. And repeat that several times. And then say, after you've done that several times, say, and I really mean it. And I really mean it. And be sincere when you think or speak. Make sure the tone is sincere. The thought tone or the vocal tone. Make certain they sound sincere because your body responds and reacts to tone differently. So the tone is very important in that context. Yeah, we've had a lot of people that come in the course have had alcoholism, drug addiction, suicidal tendencies, are doing really well with their lives. We have all walks of life, all people from many different dimensions that have transformed and healed their lives from the learnings of the masters. Because I'm just literally just channeling the wisdom and the knowledge of the masters. And most of what we say is information that they give me. Just continue listening, and I've heard it so many times. I'm starting to retain some of it myself now. It's really nice. Hare Krishna here. Rama 1008. Well, Hare Krishna to you too. Rama Rama. If you can help, if you can take his 101 masterclass, that will help with that immensely. Much love to you. I'm not sure, obviously, any emotional condition. If you are conscious that you are having an emotion that you're struggling with, and you're willing to follow simple instructions, then sign up for the masterclass. You will learn to teach your mind and body to be a new mind and body. It's not rocket science. It's not complex. They make it simple and easy to explain what your emotions are, what your body is, what your mind is, how they function, how they operate. They're designed to follow your instruction. Your mind and body were made to follow your instruction. What's happened to most people is they've given over instructions over their mind and body to the environment, and it makes them batshit crazy. All the crazy shit you see going on the planet right now, because people have given their mind and their bodies to others. Right? Andrea, hi Andrea, thank you for that super chat. What practice can I do to get in vibration with abundance and me? Fear comes back with, I release it with love and grace and keeps my vibe too low to connect. So you actually have to go directly, you want to go directly to the fearful emotion. Go to the fearful emotion. So instead of releasing, you need to transform. Andrew, you need to transform that fearful emotion. And think about something like, think of a place where that fear is existent in your life right now. I don't have enough money might be your fear. So if that, and you think, oh my gosh, the thought is I don't have enough money, that has an emotion connected to it. Find where the emotion is in your body. Turn your attention to that emotion and say, I'm going to take care of you and love you no matter what. And just communicate that to that fearful emotion and watch what happens to it. You'll start to feel the emotion transform. When you project love into fear, the love will transform the fear into something different than what it was. The emotion reorganizes matter. But do that for you particularly, Andrea, do that. Get connected to the fearful emotions around it and communicate to them. I will take care of her. You're perfectly safe. I love you. But imply, and again, when you think or speak to an emotional quality, do so with an internal tone of voice that's sincere, that sounds like you really, really mean it. Very important. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome, Andrea. Someone saying his amazings are amazing, full stop. Thank you so much. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. Someone else saying, I can attest to his readings are amazing. I got a new fulfilling job after being scammed, all savings, but let go of anger. So here's somebody else that came to us. She got scammed. We won't talk about what the scam involved, but suffice to say, she lost a significant amount of her money. And this happened over a period of time. And what ended up happening is she built up all this anger towards this person. And she released the anger and her whole life changed. Because the emotion that you hold on to affects you. It'll affect other people too. It'll affect what you do, what can or cannot happen to you. The emotion organizes all of our experiences. It really does. But so thank you for sharing that. I remember that you scammed of her she was scammed of all life savings, right? Of all of her savings were scammed out of her. And she's happy now. She's not defined by her suffering from that person, because remember, scammers are projecting their insecurity onto you. That's what they do. They're projecting their insecurity onto you. And as a result, you give them, because you've been conditioned by the world to think that your happiness and fulfillment will come from outside of you. Coming to these master classes, you will learn how to create fulfillment and happiness in you, instead of just waiting for the world to give you the lottery win or this thing or that relation. Maybe somebody will give it to me. No, you are a creator. You're designed to create your experiences. Remember that. Remember that. And if you want, you can book a reading with me. But lots of people have been transformed from this work. Well, hello, Andy from China. Wonderful to have a Chinese viewer here. That's wonderful. What an interesting place to be, China. It's a very difficult place. The function of fear upon the planet is going to be the downfall of humanity, whereas the function of love will be its ennoblement. Hear that again. The function of fear upon this planet will be the downfall of humanity, whereas the function of love will be its ennoblement. So we're set on this very precise pinnacle right now as a species, like Metatron was saying earlier, you do not realize, and again, I'm paraphrasing, you do not realize how your emotions are affecting your relationship to the whole planet and indeed the whole solar system. That's going to happen. It's because of the fear, the emotion of fear. Fear organizes matter very differently than love. If humans could learn to love unconditionally like animals, would we be better off? Absolutely. 1,100%. But that, even animals have conditions of love, right? Unconditional love doesn't mean you're going to let anybody do anything. That's ridiculous. Unconditional love is where you have a set of values that benefit you and the world simultaneously. Unconditional love, well, means you live in love and you function as love. You'll say and you'll do and you'll be very differently. But no conditions to love. Love has a lot of conditions. Love commands and demands respects in a positive way. Love has values. Unconditional love, like a dog or a cat, it's not completely unconditional. You treat a dog or a cat a certain way, they will not be so unconditional with you. But yeah, generally speaking, the term unconditional love means I have no conditions under which I will love you, but I do have conditions under which I'll let you treat me. I have no conditions under which I will love you, but I do have conditions under which which ways I will allow you to treat me. That's very important to make that distinction. But thank you. That's a really wonderful sentiment. But you will learn about unconditional love in the masterclass and how you experience that. Does Spirit have any message for me at this time? Hi, is that Lisa? Hi, Lisa. Yeah, I hope you've been listening. Got lots of comments here today. Thank you. Please don't spam. It's not fair to other people. Okay, I'm going to put this person under mute for a while. No, we won't do that. Just there. Okay. Oh, here we go. I don't know what just happened there. It said I had 94 comments and now it's gone. Wow. Just signed up for the masterclass. Does Mary come to me? I feel her often. You'll not only know that for a fact, but you'll actually experience her energy directly as you have been. But you'll be able to actually call upon the ascended masters. You can call upon the energy of Jesus and he will respond to you. You can call upon the energy of Moses, of God, of Krishna, of Mary, of Joseph, of John the Baptist. And if you open up these inner faculties, you can perceive the presence of their consciousness with you. You can't see them as a physical being. They don't have physical bodies anymore. You can't hear them in physical words, although clairaudience, you can hear them speaking, but not with physical ears. Jesus talks about this. They quoted Jesus saying this in biblical terms. You have eyes but cannot see and ears but cannot hear. He's talking about the inner eyes and the inner ear that most people see with their physical eyes, hear with their physical ears, but they don't really see and hear what the truth and the deeper meaning of what's being said is. Hello from Texas. Hi, Texas, Debbie. Good to see you here. Welcome. How do we generate optimism that our life can change, that we can up-level from where we are? Sign up for Masterclass 101 and learn to do that. But the simplest answer for you right now is you need to learn to interact with your emotional energy to transform it from one state to another. Because most people think their emotion, this is just the way I feel. What do? I can't change how I feel. That's not true. You actually can change the way your emotions function. You can change emotional energy from one state to another by the way you interact with it. But what most people are waiting for somebody in the environment to make them feel better. It's not working very well, is it? So yeah, to answer your question directly, turn to those emotions that are uncomfortable and start to care about them. Really care about them. Start to care about, what do you mean care about my anger? Try it and see what happens. If I were sitting beside you and I was yelling and screaming at you, you'd feel pretty bad. But if I were sitting beside you saying, you're amazing, you're wonderful, your energy would change. Your emotions work the same way. Emotional qualities change by the way you interact with them. Great question. Good question. The message I sometimes get scare me. Again, have no fear. Fear is a lower vibrational energy that you can change from one state to another. Again, I cannot say it enough times and how important this is for you. Sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening. The orientation starts tomorrow. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, or at the very least, book a reading with me. Book a half-hour, 1 hour reading with me, and gain the knowledge, wisdom, and experience from your guides, your angels, that you need to make this huge shift. I cannot tell you how many times I've had people come on with readings where they just burst into tears. The energy is so powerful. They're literally bursting into tears, releasing all that they've been holding on to. Wonderful things happen. You're not here to suffer. You're here to create. Wow. I'm so grateful. Bless her. Scammers are so desperate and empty inside. I hope letting go and finding happiness will bless you tenfold. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that empathic message, Andrea. Thank you so much. Do you have a half hour? Do you have a half hour today, or should I take the masterclass? Given the choice between a reading with me and a masterclass, I would say choose both. But if you have a belief that says you're limited in terms of what you can or can't do, then I would suggest you take the masterclass. If you had to choose between a reading with me and a masterclass, I'd say choose the masterclass, because you'll go down a learning environment with a group of people that will, again, profoundly change your life, because it won't be just a one-on-one with me and your guides and angels. It'll be a one-on-one with your guides, your angels, and other professional mediums. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I learned a doctor couldn't look at the films of the abductions, and he was going to let them abduct. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think we're almost done. Wonderful. Hi, guys. How you doing? Is there anything coming up for me in regards to getting pregnant? Yes, and a yes. Something that they said a while back to somebody else who asked this question. You need to become and be, both of you need to become open and receptive to the life of this wonderful soul that has been hovering around you for a while now. But if you're not open and receptive physically, mentally, and emotionally, because you can want to have a baby, but on a deep level might feel, I'm afraid. I'm going to be completely, both you and your partner choose to be completely, make a decision together. Are we physically open? Are we emotionally open? Are we mentally open? If you have fear, it will block it. But if you can address the fear around that, and you go to the fear, and you, no matter how afraid you are, everything will be okay. You change the energy of that fear, you'll align the emotional energy, because body, mind, and emotions need to often line up for a soul to come through. Often, not always, right? But every soul comes into, I don't care who you are as a woman, you get impregnated because you and that soul have an agreement, and you can choose to fulfill that agreement or not. It's unfortunate so many people don't realize the power and the value of souls coming into this world right now, new souls that can make a tremendous and profound impact on human collective unconscious. And I know the difficulties it can be, because I'm the child of a four-child single parent mother who was living on social services for many, many years, most of my childhood, in fact. I understand the fears that come with raising a child, but I wouldn't be here if my mother had not chosen the path she chose, and it was hard for her. It was really hard for her. Try feeding 4 children, paying your rent on $86 a month. Try doing that, right? We're going back into the 60s, mind you, but $86 a month to feed 4 children, yourself, and pay your bills. It was quite a challenge, but she did it. Amazing woman, my mom. Hey, is there anything coming up for me in regards? Oh yeah, we did that. I'm going to take one more question here. Wendy Coburg, send me Wendy Coburg. Okay, so let's block this person. You don't solicit on my channel like that. Thank you. If you solicit on my channel, you get blocked and banned from my channel. If you want to offer readings to people, don't do so through this channel. Find a more productive way of doing that. Be respectful. Thank you. Wendy, that woman just tried to message you. I just blocked her, and I'm deleting her comment. Remember, that's a person that believes that's a person that believes that they have to take what they want from other people. Hey, William, thank you for your prayers for my son who ran away. Please continue to pray for him. Absolutely. Totally will do that. Is it intentional sabotage or interference preventing my abilities to going live? No, I'm told to cultivate patience. It's about cultivating patience for you. It really is. That's what I'm being told right now. Oh, so that person's saying, yes, it all changed, and I'm living a life of love, healing, and prosperity. So here's a woman who had her whole life savings scammed out of her. She takes our courses, and she's living her exact words say, I'm living a life of love, healing, and positivity. That's wonderful. He was located and cannot come home quite yet. Please keep us all in your prayers. I'm struggling. You know, if you can, sign up for the masterclass. Your struggling is unnecessary once you understand how to change your mind and body. Wonderful. Yes, and I'm protecting forgiveness. I'm projecting forgiveness to my scammers. So that's the other thing she learned to do. Instead of projecting her anger and rage, which is what they projected onto her because of their fear, she's projecting love. She's prospering and she's happy and living a life of love. So she's understood what Master Jesus love those who disrespectfully treat you. It doesn't mean you accept it, but you learn the function of your own energy. That's what Jesus means by that when he says, love those that disrespectfully treat you. He's talking about when you encounter an emotion inside yourself or an emotion from a person, you direct love into that emotion. You change it. Love is the great changer. Thank you so much. Yeah, so many fake solicitors on TikTok. For those of you that are watching, I will never directly message you for a reading. I will never directly message you to take a course. If you go to my website and you click on the communication system there, I will interact with you there. I will interact with you directly through my website. Or if you come through the Linktree link on my bio on TikTok or the Linktree link under one of my live videos, you click that Linktree link, you can send questions, you can send a donation, you can sign up for the master classes, you can book a reading with me. That's the best way to do it. Greetings from Denmark. I'm very grateful for having found your channel and this live session. It really speaks to my soul, and I enjoy your wisdom and words. I want to say thank you to all the Ascended Masters, all the multidimensional beings that blessed me with their wisdom, their knowledge, their truth, and their guidance. And I want to thank you for honoring that they give me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Right? I literally do. I just channel the wisdom and it's given to me. I don't own it. It's given to me I own it in the sense that it comes from my body, and I utilize it here, and I'm using it in this program that they helped us construct. But we all own the truth. Yes. I got one more question on TikTok. I'll answer. So happy I checked out this game changer. Does Spirit have a message for me? Yeah, meditation, Lorraine. You need to focus more on meditation. That's right. Right. I believe that my father's caregiver did it because he owed her money. Again, if you want to get the truth of that, book a reading with me, because I'm not going to go into the details about that question in a group format like this. So if you got a really personal, intimate question, please make certain that you book a reading with me for that, or ask a single solitary question. So then somebody's interfering so that I do. Yeah, I already answered that. Yeah, the masterclass, or if you have to choose between a reading and a masterclass, I would say choose both. But if you're
not reading right.
Yeah, I'm not. So then somebody is interfering so that I do have another appointment with you or the masterclass.
So she's asking if she booked through the website or through the bio. She's worried that somebody's frauding and then interfering with you. So if she went to the website or she booked through the bio, then she's good.
Yeah, if you go through my website or you use the link in my bio, you're totally good. You will not get scammed. I promise you. Go to book it through my website, and or use the link in my bio on TikTok or the link below my live videos on YouTube. Sorry, I misunderstood your question. My wife is so much smarter than me sometimes. She's smiling. She's smarter than me all the time. It is true, though. You know, if only men were smart enough to avail themselves of the infinite wisdom of women, we would be such a happier species. That's right. All right, so that was got all these new questions pop. I won't be able to, oh, you're very welcome. Did you book a reading? Oh, that's something else. Thank you for those of you on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for your subscriptions, your super chats. Thank you for your support of this channel and these messages. You know, these are free events that, again, people donate and can ask questions and pay a fee if they choose. But they told me to do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday every single week. And we've been doing this now for a number of years. I want to wish you all much love. And remember, you know, today's a brand new day, and now is a brand new moment. And it's always the truth. You are not in this world to suffer. You are here to create. I want to wish each and every one of you much love. And thank you for your support. Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up. I wonder what we did with the hearts today. 34, does that say? Got 34,000 likes on TikTok. Thank you so much for that. It helps a lot of people get that information. Oh, Jenny. So somebody, she heard about my hawk story the other day about how I asked for a hawk feather. And so I during one of our classes, they instructed us to picture something that we all wanted to find. So I pictured a hawk feather. That's what I pictured in my mind. And after the class, I went outside. I'm walking down the street, and I hear the shrill of a hawk. I look up, and there's a hawk. And one of its feathers falls off. It floats down and lands right at my feet on Bloor Street in Toronto. And I got my feather. And Jenny's saying, because of that story, she said, I tried to ask for the same, only with other signs. I am amazed and a little bit in shock about how fast and clear the signs appeared. So Jenny's had hawks showing up around her, all kinds of things popping up. Because what you focus on, you begin to create. No harm can come nigh thee. Hi, William. I have my first date in 10 years tomorrow. Does Spirit have any guidance or message? Hello, Hannah. Congratulations on having your first date in 10 years. You've waited a long time to be open and receptive to love, and I know you've been carrying along a pain that's prevented you from doing so sooner. But what I'm being told to tell you is to be discerning. Pay attention to how the person sounds and feels to you. Do not use what you remember. Observe what they are being and doing in the present moment. Be clear of understanding what love is to you, so that the way that they speak, think, and do resonates with your love. Not with your memory, not with what you think love is, but how you feel in your heart. You need to really be close to that. Have a wonderful time. I get a really strong feeling about this for you. It's been a long time. Use your discernment. They keep saying, tell her again, use your discernment. Not just your need, because your body biologically wants intimacy. Don't let that get in the way. Because that's where most people get stuck and lose relationship. They bond on the intimate level of sexuality. You want to bond on the level first of values. Put the physical stuff aside and bond on the level of values. Find out what his beliefs are, what his ideas are. So somebody said, I also asked for a wolf and an elephant, all of all things, because I am so indecisive. The wolf appeared when I draw one card only from the oracle deck I purchased for the masterclass. Wonderful. Yeah, wait for the elephant. That's probably going to be Ganesh. Okay. I love you guys. I could keep going. I just love being able to be here with you guys. But I have so much building going on and constructing, and I love it. So remember, I'm going to say this one more time. Don't delay. Don't wait. Sign up for Masterclass 101. It begins tomorrow with the orientation, 11 a.m. It will completely change and revolutionize your way of thinking, feeling, and being. And again, thank you for your support, your love, and more importantly, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I want to thank, again, Archangel Metatron for being present with us today, Mother Mary, and the other multidimensional beings that we're communicating as well. Take good care, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. on the meditation portion of our weekly show. Bye for now.